You are praying for something, you want something, and then you don't even know when you're complaining. Sometimes you know that you don't even know that you're complaining and you're actually complaining. Even when we've told people something and they decide not to agree with us, they still go back and think about that thing we've said. Have you realized that when you keep complaining about people, it's not really going to change them? You are asking God for more, but the ones that He has already given to you, you are not even grateful about that. You can be in good mood today and something will just happen to just want to spoil your mood. Hello everyone, welcome again to my channel. Thank you guys for joining again. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. It's very easy to actually see the worst in every situation, especially when you're going through a very difficult time. It's so easy for you to see the bad things that will happen. Naturally, our mind just thinks of negativity, especially when we are going through a very difficult time emotionally. We just want to express ourselves, we just want to pour out our heart and say, oh, this is how I'm feeling, and we start complaining. When we look at the story of the Israelites, God brought the people of Israelite from Egypt, and then He would provide manna for them. He provided things for them, but you still find that they would always complain. They were always complaining, and even when it was time to face their enemies, they didn't think that the same God who had brought them out from the Egypt and even divided the Red Sea would save them. The journey that would have taken them days, it took them 40 years. Can you just see what complaining and doubting God can actually do? Something that's supposed to take you like few days to accomplish, you will now see yourself that it's taking you up to years to accomplish these things. You don't change a situation by complaining, finding faults. You don't change that situation. You only change a situation by being grateful. It only makes it worse when you're always complaining. We pollute not just ourselves, we even pollute others with our complaining, with our negativity. And that is why it's so important for you to watch what you say, because somehow if you keep complaining, if you catch yourself that you're always complaining and then you keep complaining, you even realize that you are even teaching yourself to keep complaining. The more you complain, the more you still want to complain. You'd never really learn that, oh, okay, I should not complain. You will find out that you are always complaining. Life is imperfect. You can be in good mood today and something will just happen to just want to spoil your mood. And that's why you should actually start teaching yourself how to not be that complaining kind of person. It's very important for us to actually teach ourselves how to act when we find ourselves in a very, very difficult situation. This is something I'm also learning. I remember when I wanted to shoot this video, I was just like, oh God, I really don't know the topic to talk about. I don't know what to do, and God just told me that, okay, talk about motivation, something to motivate the people. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me go online and search. And I went to Joel Austin's page because I really love listening to Joel Austin message. And anytime God is telling me, oh, talk about message of hope or talk about message of motivation, just to encourage people, I always like to go to Joel Austin because I feel like I will always find something to talk about. And unfortunately, I saw the wife's videos, some of the videos that she was doing, and oh my God, I felt so touched. Like, I practically started crying. And now I realized that God was actually telling me, oh, go talk about message of hope. But that message of hope was actually for me. She was talking about this complaining attitude, how Christians or people just find it so easy to complain. And I really, really could relate, because personally for me, I just want something. You are praying for something, you want something, and then you don't even know when you're complaining. Sometimes you know that you don't even know that you're complaining and you're actually complaining. I just started thanking God, saying, God, thank you for everything that you have done for me. Maybe I'm really ungrateful. Maybe that the things that you've done for me, I'm really taking it for granted. And I started thanking God. I felt like God was actually trying to touch me first before He wants me to come and then talk about it on my YouTube channel. If you find out that you're always complaining, also know that if you can train your mind to complain, that means you can also train your mind to think the very best. Try to do all things without actually complaining. If you find yourself or you catch yourself complaining, try as much as possible to not complain. Philippians chapter 4 verse 5 says, Pray and ask God with thanksgiving. So yes, you're thinking of, oh, what should I do? Like when I find myself in a situation that is so difficult, I don't know what to do. What should I do then? How do I air my feelings? Because yes, some of us just feel like, I'm just airing my feelings, I'm just seeing what is in my heart. That's the same way I feel, you know. When you find yourself that, oh, okay, you're in a situation that you don't know what to do, and you just feel like airing your own opinion, you just want to complain, what does the Bible say? Pray, ask God with thanksgiving. So now, even though you find that this person is doing something to you, don't like it, and you want to complain to the person, especially people who nag. If you're a nagging wife or you nag, you find out that you're the kind of person that nags, this is actually for you. Pray, ask God with thanksgiving. I feel like it's so important for us to just know that. See, I know, even personally for me, it's so hard. It's so hard for me not to air my feelings. Like for me, I'm just like, I'm telling you what you did, I don't like. If you do something to me I don't like, I'm trying to tell you what you did, I don't like. But the Bible is telling us that what we should actually pray, and we should actually ask him with thanksgiving. You know, when you find yourself that you're always complaining, it actually means that you are not grateful. You know, you are asking God for more. But the ones that he has already given to you, you are not even grateful about that. Try to give your worries to God and go to rest. Give your worries to God. Go to rest. When we look at the story of Mary and Martha, you can see that Martha was just that one who was working so hard. You know, she was cleaning, trying to prepare food, trying to make everything just right, you know. And Mary was just that one who was sitting down at Jesus' feet. She was just at the place of rest, enjoying the word from God. You know, she knew that I need to learn something from God. This is the time to rest. This is the time to actually have a fellowship with God. So now, Martha was angry, like, Jesus, you are there. Mary is there on your feet. Would you tell her to come join me? And it's like, you know, the one that is of good words, Mary chose. Normally, you'll be thinking that Jesus will look at Mary and say, you're supposed to, you know, you're supposed to serve me. You're supposed to do this for me. There's time for service, really. But when you find yourself in a situation where you want to complain, where you want to just, there are so many things that you want to do, you know, just want to air your complaints. No, rest. Go to God. Rest it at the feet of God. Go to prayers. Pray to God with thanksgiving. If you want to complain about someone, complaining is not even going to make that person change. Have you realized that when you keep complaining about people, it's not really going to change them? Even personally for myself, I know how hard it is for me to change my own self than to even say that, okay, I want to change someone else. You can never change someone else. You just take it to God in prayers with thanksgiving. Give it to God and God will answer your prayers. It's good for you to actually just watch yourself, because you can be complaining and you don't even know that you're complaining. You can be someone who nags. You know, especially for me, I remember one time someone was telling me that you nag. I'm like, me? Nag? To me, honestly speaking, I see myself that I'm very understanding. You know, I just like to do things for people. I'm understanding. I'm that. And honestly speaking, someone actually told me, you nag. And I didn't know that. So people who even nag and complain, they might not know. That's why you need to watch yourself. Watch the things you say. Do you complain? You can't change people. You can't change someone. Don't feel like you can change them. Just try to pray for them. Understand them. Leave it to God. See, the heart of a king is in God's hand. It's only God that can actually change a man, that can change someone. So never think that you are the one that will use your mouth. You know, you have sharp mouths. You know, you're a motivational speaker. Because for me, I used to feel like I'm a motivational speaker. Like when I speak to people, they will want to change. But honestly speaking, you really cannot change anyone. So don't try to change them. Allow God. Even God said, give everybody the free will. That is your choice to serve me. You think that God cannot force all of us to serve him? Of course he can. But then he gave everybody the free will to choose to serve him. So you, that God has not given free will, why do you not think that, oh, you now can change someone else? You know, I heard of a story of this woman that she used to really nag at her husband, you know. And then one day she went to complain. I don't know if he's a pastor or if he's a priest, but I just heard the story and I found it so funny. And the priest told her that, oh, when your husband starts shouting, just keep quiet, like just hold your mouth like this on your lips. And then she did it, and after some months, she came back. She was like, oh my god, it's working. Like, he has totally changed. Every time he starts shouting, I just used to close my mouth like this. I just do my mouth like this. You know, he didn't tell her close your mouth. He just said that do your mouth like this. And then she realized that, oh, everything is now fine. My marriage is now good. Then the man said, all I told you to do was just keep quiet. The power of silence. You know, letting people be. Like, go to God, pray for them, let them be. I know it's easier said than done. Even like, it's easier said than done, because our emotions too, we don't want to be around people who will always want to trigger our emotions. But it's like exercising. It's not just one day you just become that person that cannot complain. You have to start somewhere. And with time, you realize that you're that kind of person that don't really nag. We tend to feel like, oh, we know better. Like, yes, we're better than this person. Like, even if you're not saying it or you're not thinking it out of pride, but most times we feel like we tend to know better than this person, and so that is why we feel like, yes, we're the ones that want to correct them and we're the ones that want to change them. But I want to tell you that sometimes it's okay for you to know that, oh, someone is wrong, and allow the person be. Like, you don't have to correct just everybody. Like, even though you feel like, oh, I feel like this person is wrong and we're arguing, just let the person be. Like, let the person think what the person wants to think, because most times we don't know that even when we've told people something and they decide not to agree with us, they still go back and think about that thing we've said. I know so many times when me and someone, it might even look as if we're arguing, and the person may think I'm not listening to the person, and me too, I'm trying to prove a point. But honestly speaking, in my own private place, I'm actually thinking of that thing that the person has said. Most people agree with you without really coming to your face to say it. So, but I just want you to know, and I just want to remind you that you don't have to be that kind of woman that nag. It's not going to help you. It's not going to benefit you. No matter what you think you know or who you think that you're better than, it's okay to allow people be. Allow them be themselves. Like, if you feel like you want to correct them, yeah, you can correct them, but don't force your own opinion on them, and don't start complaining. Okay, complaining does not take you anywhere. Do not complain to God, do not complain to man, and do not even complain about anyone. This is also something I'm teaching myself too, and I just want to come out here to help you guys. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like this video, guys. It's to help my channel. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.